Hey there and welcome back to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Charmeleon from Pokemon. So I'm going to draw the character facing towards the left, so I'm going to start with the eye on the right. Starting from the inside, I'm going to draw a curve for the upper eyelid. Going out. And then from here we're going to draw the bottom lower eyelid, so we're going to step up on the inside just a little bit so there's a little overhang. And draw a curve coming across the bottom. From here I'm going to go up to the top and draw the side of the eye, so we're going to step in a little bit and just draw a curve going out from top to bottom. Now let's go ahead and draw in the iris. So up here, we're going to draw a curve for the edge of the iris, and we're going to draw a little highlight circle. So up here, we'll draw a circle, and we'll tuck in the pupil underneath. So starting on the top again, we're going to curl around and then tuck that in underneath the highlight. Let's go ahead and color this in black. From here, I'm going to draw in the upper brow line. So up here, I'm just going to draw a little curve going up like this. Let's draw the profile of the face. So moving across, we're just going to draw a curve for the edge of the brow. And then from here, I'm going to do an overlap to draw the snout, curving out to the outside of the nose. And then we're going to curve down towards the tip of the beak. From here, we're going to draw an angled line going up towards the right. We're going to curve down for the top of the mouth. And then we'll curl this back up towards the eye, just a little bit like that. Let's draw in the nostril. So right here, I'm just going to draw a little angled line like that. We're going to see a little bit of the eye on the left side here. So just underneath this line, we're just going to tuck in the eyeball. And at the top, we're just going to draw a curve for a highlight. And we're just going to trace out the pupil. And we'll color that in black. From here, let's go ahead and draw in the lower jaw. So the top of the beak is going to overhang on top of the lower jaw. So right here, we're going to draw a curve coming down. And we're going to curve in the opposite direction, just underneath the chin like that. Let's go back up to the top of the head. So just to give the brow a little bit of protrusion, we're just going to go up in an angle. Now we're going to draw the forehead, curving up to the forehead. Now this is going to go back to a horn that goes out to the back of the head this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the top of the head with a curve, going back, and we're going to draw the horn. So from here I'm going to curve up to right about there. We're going to round out the tip of the horn, so curving around like this. Now we're going to bring this back towards the back of the head, but the head I'm going to draw around this big, so we don't want to go too far in. So curving in, and it gets a little bit wider as we get towards the head. I'm going to do a little overlap here. So working up here, down towards the jaw. So we want to come down to right about the same height as the mouth here. We're going to curve around the lower part of the jaw like this. Now we're going to work our way down towards the shoulders. From here we're going to overhang the chin on top of the neck. So curving down here. And then right here, we're going to curve down, so curving inwards. From here, I'm just going to block in the shoulders before we get into the arms. So here, on the left side, curve the top of the shoulder, and on the right, we'll curve the top of the shoulder. Let's go ahead and draw on this arm first, because I think this arm is going to overlap on top of the body and the tail. So from here, we're going to start with the top of the arm first, curving towards the elbow, and we're going to drop the arm down this way. So we're going to curve down towards the hand. Let's draw on the inner part of the arm. So right here, we want to locate the armpit right here, curving towards the elbow, so it's in line with this elbow here. Do an overlap, and curve the inside part of the arm. We want to draw 3 sockets in here for the 3 claws. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side, draw 3 little curves like this. 1, 2, and then 3. And then we're going to just sink the claws inside these little sockets. So on the left side here, we'll curve in, and curve it back to that middle point there. We're going to reverse this, now go in the opposite direction, going towards the left, and then back up, come down again, and then just tuck that in to that last point there. From here, I'm going to draw on the profile of the body. So the body is basically almost like a pear shape. It's going to come down to right about here, so I want to draw the front profile first. So just inside of this shoulder line, I'm going to draw a curve, coming down, and then in right about there. We can always change this once we get the leg in here. On the back side, I want to draw the back. So from underneath this arm, I'm going to do a little overlap and just curve it down to right about there. So now we're going to have to block in the leg before we get into all the other details like the tail and the lower part of the body. So the thigh, I'm going to locate right here. So starting up here, I'm going to draw a curve coming down to the foot. On the opposite side, right here, I'm going to leave a little gap from that back and curve in the opposite side of the leg. From here, we'll do an overlap, curving out towards the heel, and then we'll round this out, curving in like this. You can see that I have this little gap here between the belly and the leg, so I'm just going to close that off. Going in and closing that off. Before I finish the leg, let's go ahead and draw on that belly patch before I forget. So up here, I'm going to draw a curve that goes up, and down in past that leg. So the leg sort of overlaps it. So curving up, and pull this back down to right there. So the leg sort of overlaps on top of the belly. Let's go ahead and draw on the claws for the toes. So from this point, I'm going to curve around and just pull this down like this. So this is the top edge of the first claw. From here, I'm going to pull this back, and we're going to do a series of overlaps here. So right here, I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to draw a curve like this, and I'm going to pull that back in towards that first claw. We'll do this one more time. So on top of this claw, draw another curve like that. Pull this back in. Now on top of this claw, I'm just going to curve and just overlap on top of that line there. Okay, so that's a very simple leg and simple claw. Up here, I'm just going to draw a little line like that for the kneecap. Let's go ahead and draw on this leg. So this leg is going to be pointed more towards the left. So you can see a little bit more of the profile and shape of the leg. So we're going to draw the front edge of the leg first. So starting at the same height as the leg on the right, curve out and then back down. From here, I'm going to draw on the inside part of the leg. So right here, I'm going to draw an angled line in, do an overlap, and just curve down towards the heel, down to that point there. Now we're going to curve the bottom of the foot towards the front. From here, I want to do that same system of claws. So from here, I'm going to curve down towards the toenail, then we're going to curve that back into the starting point. Do another overlap. So on top of this claw, I'll curve to the tip of the claw there, and pull that back. On top of this claw, I'll curve out and pull that back in. So it's a very simple way of doing claws. From here on top of this claw, I'm just going to pull this right back behind that leg. We'll draw that little line for the kneecap. Let's go to this side and draw the arm in behind the body. So basically we're taking this, we're going to flip it over and just draw it back here. So starting with the top edge of the arm, we're going to curve out. We're going to draw the outside part of the arm, so the forearm curves down like this. Let's draw on the inside. So from here, we're going to draw an angled line coming in. We're going to do an overlap, just like we did here, and curve towards the fingers. Now we're going to draw those little sockets. So starting on the left, I'm going to draw in 3 sockets, 3 little curves like this to the last one. Now we're going to draw in the claws. So all these claws are going to be facing that way, so they're going to curve this way. Starting from the end here, we'll curve down, curve back up to that point. Curve down again, and curving to that point, and then one final one, and that'll curve to the outside part of the arm right there. Let's go ahead and finish off the tail. So right here, I'm going to draw the tail, and it doesn't really matter how long this line is because the body's going to overlap on top of the starting point of the tail. So I can actually go up and do an overlap, curving up towards the tail. So we're going to curve up to there. Now, I'm not going to draw the tail to a point because we're going to draw the flame on top. So I'm going to imagine this belly line coming behind the leg and continuing on in the back here. And it's going to get a little tighter as we get up to the top. We're going to leave a little gap here. So right here, curve out, and then we'll come in, and it starts to get a little bit tighter at the tip of the tail right there. We want to draw this belly patch sort of continuing on along the back of the tail. So right here, I'll curve up and just let it taper out to the side there. From here, we're going to draw on the flame. So what I want to do is I want to start off with a curve that goes into that point there, these 2 points here. Starting on the outside, I'm going to curve in, and then round it out, and then go back up and curl it out. So it's almost like a U shape there. From here, on the left, I'm going to curve in. From here, I'll draw another sort of flame coming up. So I'm going to curve up, almost like an S shape that goes up like that, and curve that back in. We're going to do the tall point of the flame, so curving up, and then back up. And this is just a series of little curves that we draw across. From here, we'll curve up. Now I'm going to bring this in down here because this is going to connect to that point there with a curve. Let's draw a little bit of detail inside here so we're going to have 2 different colors for the flame. So here I'm just going to curve up, I'll curve back down, and then here I'm just going to do a little wave that goes up to the top. And I'm going to curve this around like this, curving back down, curve up, and then back into the bottom of the flame. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Charmeleon from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please make sure you check out our Pokemon playlist. We add a new character every Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.